We call ourselves City, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.
It's crazy because my little brother actually started that.
Started what?
Like just calling me Morrow. Like he would just whip out his phone ring.
Oh, that's not your real name.
Nah, it is. It's part of my last name, but the first letter is an A. My last name is Amaro. But when I was making my name, I was like, yo, how can I say the most organic without sounding crazy? And then I kind of looked at Cole, looked at Kendrick, and I was like, man, everybody loved them, and they got their real name. You feel me? So I was like, bumping. I'm just trying to make mine as organic, to close to home as my real goal. So I chose that.
There wasn't a deeper reason why, because I know like with some of these cats, it's like I know with Kendrick, he was more like, I want to keep it my real name so that I could be like remembered like for my real name.
That was pretty much the same perspective. So that at the end of the day, when people said Morrow, Jay, it was me. That's what they call me outside. You feel me? So, and at the same time too, me being when I go on stage, you feel me? It's not me turning into a whole different person. I'm still myself. You feel me? And it's me just going on as the name Jay Morrow to go spit my story. You feel me? So.
And the J is your part of your first name.
First name.
Got you, man. That's what's up, man. Changing the youth, man. We would like to welcome Jay Morrow. Definitely an artist that I personally, man, from meeting you, the first thing I got from you was your personality and the way you think and the reason why you do this. So it's different because most artists, I meet them with the song first. So with you, I met you more so as a person. You sent me some of your songs. We've been talking for a while, but I think what really gravitated me towards your work was the message behind why you make music. So, just briefly explain that, because I know this is something you take very seriously. You're very passionate about it. So what are the roots of that, of your interest in making music and the influences that you've had in your life?
Well, music was always big in my household as a kid. My mom was either always playing music when we was cleaning, or whenever I was in the car with my dad, he would always be blasting music.
Yeah.
And I also spent some time in church. I used to play the drums when I was a kid in church. So that kind of got me into like the whole just instrumental side of things. And after I left church, I actually wanted to go play baseball in high school. Yeah. And that actually got taken away from me. And I ended up finding music, but I found it in a different way as far as making it at this point. So I already knew I had a love for and a passion for it because I just listened to music all the time. That was just my coping mechanism. Yeah. So when I found myself making music, man, it was just, but yeah, pretty much it's just to kind of lead whoever I can away from the things that we kind of forced to grow up into. Yeah. You feel me?
But why did you feel like that was a responsibility that you had to put on yourself, especially when you did?
Cause just growing up the way I did, ain't nobody really make it out, and I kind of feel like my family kind of got like a curse, so to speak, and it's kind of difficult for us it's always been difficult to kind of for us, one of us to make it out, and for me, I kind of want to be that person that kind of just proves that there's a way that you can make it happen. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it may not be the most traditional way, but if I could use this and make this happen and be able to feed the rest of my family and be able to provide opportunity for the rest of my family to be able to create generational wealth, man, that's pretty much my plan. That's always been the thing, to create generational wealth, because I ain't come from nothing, man, for real. So it's difficult.
Yeah, for sure. And, you see it in many of the greats and people who do very well in life, that those people sort of bear a responsibility or put a lot on their own shoulders. You know what I'm saying? To to achieve something necessary. Like for you, it's generational wealth. Do you feel like you are pressured to do that? Do you fear any failure along the road trying to achieve that?
I mean, you're always gonna feel fear in everything that you do. I think it's just more or less how you deal with it. But it was nothing that I was really pressured into. It was something that I kind of just decided to do because I felt like if nobody else was gonna do it,
Yeah.
you know, what options, what opportunities was I gonna have? And I actually had a daughter when I was 20, and that was more of a reason to have to create opportunity. You feel me? Because now I'm a provider now.
Yeah.
You feel me? So now it's like everything I do is about her, is for her.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you almost scared me that you said you had a daughter.
No, I do have a daughter.
You
I
have a daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You used the word. You used the had word.
Yeah.
You know, that would have sucked, man. But blessings to you on that.
Appreciate
How do you
it.
feel like your daughter changed you as a man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, at 20, that's a young age. You're kind of forced to be a man, right? So, what were some of the differences you were seeing, and how you were moving, or how you were thinking about things?
I feel like I had a lot of responsibility on me, and right there, that was one thing that I kind of put myself in their shoes, so I kind of got to deal with that.
Yeah.
And I grew up with my pops, and one of my biggest things was I made myself a promise that I was gonna be there for my kids. You feel me? No matter what. And
Sure.
that was just what it was, man. And being around my peers, I realized I was like so much matured around my peers, and it kind of strayed me away from them. But it was a good thing, you feel me? Because it allowed me to focus on myself and what I had going on and whatnot. So
You had a daughter at 20. You've been doing music. Were you doing music before that?
yeah, that was when I was actually starting to take music seriously. I was around that point.
Yeah. I'd expect that to be almost the opposite for most people. That you have a kid, and now you feel like you should be focused on other things, and that your dreams are done for. So, how did you keep yourself going and keep yourself motivated to stay the course with the music?
Her mom was kind of like, I guess, a good support in a sense, to where she understood what I was doing, so she didn't put that much pressure on me. But more or less, like I said, I was there, just doing what I had to do as far as for her. So she made it a little bit more easy. Like I didn't have to deal with a lot of stuff that a lot of these other people have to deal with, and it kind of sucks because I feel for them. So it allowed me to focus in because I knew that people actually saw what I was doing and people actually believed in what I was doing. And with that, I was just like, all right, a lot of people find it hard to find people to believe in what they're doing. You feel me? So when you find that support, and especially when it comes from the people that you love, like it's almost like gasoline to just keep doing what you love.
And when those same people are there to see you achieve milestones after milestones, it gets to a point where you can't go back to. You can't turn your back on them.
Exactly.
You sort of have a oath to them, to keep going.
We call ourselves city, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.